SoFloRadio.com, the South Florida Radio Network.
One more down, you strike a pose. Camera flash, another one goes.
Welcome to another edition of Rick's Show on the radio.
And later on at the movie shows, the people scream and no one knows. Two more down, off they went like a red rose on a picket fence. It doesn't care if you have or not, it won't take away what you haven't got. And the blood is red, we're gonna take it over. And the body is heavy, so we're gonna take it down to the river, cold water, wash away our sin again. The same to you in time. One more down. Four more down. One's a child. You start to care for a little while. Like all things glamorous, it will fade. The daylight saints turn away. The money you gave to the neighborhood buys a couple of grams and some boxes made of wood. So stay in the light and enjoy the sound, but remember, my friend, one more down. And the blood is red, we're gonna take it over. And the body is heavy, so we're gonna take it down to the river, cold water, wash away our sin again. The same to you in time. One more down. Stands up and he looks around, sees a city full of people on the ground. One by one he clears the roads to make a change, so the story goes. One stands up and he looks around, sees a city full of people on the ground. One by one he clears the roads to make a change, so the story goes. And the blood is red, we're gonna take it over. And the body is heavy, so we're gonna take it down to the river, cold water, wash away our sin again. The same to you in time. And the blood is red, we're gonna take it over. And the body is heavy, so we're gonna take it down to the river, cold water, wash away our sin again. The same to you in time. And the blood is red, we're gonna take it over. And the body is heavy, so we're gonna take it down to the river, cold water, wash away our sin again. The same to you in time. One more down.
Alrighty, that was Forge, one of the featured artists on Rick's Show on the radio and the Cinema Musique that I do at Cinema Paradiso. Welcome everybody to Rick's Show on the radio on a Thursday, September 18th on SoFloRadio.com. Hey, I'm here with all my friends. I'm going to go around and then I'm going to introduce my special guest today. First of all, George Rodriguez is in the house. He's going to pop up in front of everybody. Okay, and there's a young lady who doesn't want anybody to know she's here, but I'm going to say that anyway. Randy rocks.
Andy Rock.
She's going to be starting a show here, which I'll let you know about a little bit later on. Of course, my producer, David Goldenholtz. And we get around to our special guest, musician, actor, artist, and aircraft builder. No, he doesn't do that. That's Dominick Daniel and my friend, as a matter of fact. Dominick, welcome to Rick's show on the radio, my friend. Shake my hand because it's radio.
Rick. It's great to be on. I'm very happy to be here.
Yeah, man. Do you ever think that when we met that we'd be sitting on radio?
No, but you are quite the entrepreneur, aren't you?
Well, I blame George for that. He's the one that told me.
Oh, good. You're doing a good thing. I mean, what you do is positive for the local scene, and we need that.
Yeah. That's what it's all about. We're here to produce, to help out our local musicians,
artists and actors. Yeah, absolutely, it needs it because the scene is it's there. It's just you need to go out and look for it.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, before we get into all this, there's a lot of stuff to talk about. But you've been involved with this scene as a musician and an artist, as an actor for quite a while, right?
Yeah, for about over 10 years.
Yeah.
With music, I've been playing music since I was 16 years old, so that's like 20 plus years. And then I got into the acting a little bit later, started doing like independent films, and as I matured as an actor, I preferred to do more theater. And I got very lucky. I got to work with a great company that was here locally, Infinite Abyss.
Right.
Aaron Dalton. Jeff Holmes. Yeah. And we did some great stuff and hoping to start kicking that up again. We're hoping, fingers crossed. So.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
So rumors are going around that, we don't want to spread rumors or anything like that on the radio, right? But Aaron's starting it all up again. Yes, she is.
We'll see.
All right. Well, we'll see about that. Yeah. So, when we first met, I believe you were playing. Saw a movie that was done by. What was that thing?
The Telltale Heart?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. We did a version of Edgar Allan Poe's The Telltale Heart, and it was Jonathan
Venazza.
Venazza,
yeah, that's right.
And it was good. That's how we met. He previewed it at, or debuted it at the Cinema Paradiso in Fort Lauderdale, and that was the first time we met. And then from there, we stayed in touch, and you got me associated with other people like Scott Goldman, Mark Sirota, and we got to work on all kinds of stuff, commercials and whatever. So you've been quite a positive influence on
me too.
Flagging career there.
Well, me too. I mean, part of what I think a filmmaker should do is to recognize talent. Usually you have a local talent pool, and if you're lucky enough, if you have a good discernment, you'll be able to figure out who is doing good stuff. And I chose you, my friend. I said, this guy, I'm going to keep him around somehow.
Okay.
And we actually have been waiting to work on a project together, and I think we're going to get a chance to do that. Well, we are going to get a chance, but we're going to talk about that later as well. But first of all, you, sir, as an artist, I know I have some of your works in my house. Yes, so does our friend Shar. Let's say hi to Shar.
Hello, Shar.
From Huff over there. She's got like about 5 or 6 pieces of your stuff,
Yes, she does.
Right?
She does. She's quite a collector there, and
big fan. So anyway, you got something coming up at Cinema Paradiso, I understand.
Yes, it's a Cinema Paradiso in downtown Hollywood. It's going to be coinciding with the Hollywood Art Walk this Saturday. It's every third Saturday of the month from 7 to 10. I will be debuting a lot of new pieces at this cinema there, and Michelle was really cool to invite me. Yes, she is in charge of the one also for Lauderdale, and I had done an exhibit there through you, of course, the Victorian Goth event, and she liked I guess what I was doing, and she invited me to do a solo show there. So, which was great. I mean, it was where I was apprehensive on doing the show altogether, and I'm like, okay, it would be my first outing after some personal issues have happened, and it was great. It was a very positive event. A lot of people missed out because of the rain, and not a lot of people turned up, but there was their loss because that was a great evening of great music and artists. And,
that was fun. We'll do that again soon.
But she invited me to do that, and I always wanted to be part of of the Hollywood Art Walk, and
Yeah.
I'm glad that I'm going to be doing it this way.
How
you
does
know.
the Hollywood Art Walk work? I mean, do they put stuff outside? Are they all
From what I know, there's galleries on Harrison Street, and the people just walk around and go into the galleries. I'm sure they're serving food and wine.
So your stuff isn't going to be at Cinema Paradiso?
It's going to be inside the Cinema Paradiso. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like right up in the front, or did they
Right
use
in the front of the
theater?
lobby there,
Awesome.
where she's got, it's kind of like an open house. So it's my first, so can't say too much of how is it going to be presented, but I know that I'm going to be presented in the front of in the lobby there.
And
the
it's
theater.
solo, just you, right?
Yes, just me, myself, and I.
That's awesome. Well, we have to make sure we do that. What time does that start?
It starts at 7 until 10 o'clock. I'll probably be there like around 7:30 or so. I'm going to be there for the whole evening, and hopefully to meet new people and old friends.
Yeah, that's going to be. So, how many pieces do you think you're going to
12. I got 12 there. I discussed it, Michelle and I. We wanted something a little bit more colorful because the event that I did the first time was very gothic, very dark. So we wanted more bright colors. I got some pop themes like music groups. I have cinema themes. I have my Clockwork Orange, and then some other more personal pieces and some landscape. So, but very vibrant colors. Wanted to use that because it is the cinema, and it's Hollywood. Something more bright and fun, as nothing so dark and ominous.
So when you do your artwork, and as a musician, does it commingle?
Yes.
Like, do you
Yeah,
listen to music? Or how does that work?
It is part of the whole family. My music, my painting, and the acting. And music is basically the foundation of what I do, how I approach a script, or how I approach a painting. Now, it doesn't mean the music that I'm playing dictates what the painting is going to be, because my musical taste crosses the board. I mean, I go from genre to genre. It could be classic rock to industrial to bass and drums to country to world to gospel to jazz to reggae to rockabilly.
All that in one painting?
Pretty much. It's like when I get ready to do a painting, I'll have maybe a stack of like 20 CDs right there, and I just pop them in.
Oh, so you're serious. You got to process.
Yeah, I have a whole thing. But music is so important to me. I mean, it's been part of my life since I know I was in the womb. It's who I am. Without it, I'd be pretty lonely, I guess, or pretty sad.
So does it help you to be an actor?
Yes.
If you're like a musician as well?
It does, especially for the theater. But with acting, when you're approaching a script and you're working in, I'll use theater as example. Theater for me, and I talk with other musicians about it, is like being in a band. Because you're 4 or 5 or 6 people in the group there, and you count on each other on stage to pick up the rhythm in case something drops. You got each other's back, just like the band.
I suppose you're right about that.
Yeah.
It is kind of like a coordinated band.
It
type
is
of
very
thing.
much so for me. When I say it to actors, they don't get it if they're not musicians, but musicians in a band do understand that logic there, because it is very similar. And then you have the audience, which is part of
factor as well.
Yeah, very much so. So
that helps you then.
Oh yeah. And when I'm reading a script, I'll play music and try to find the rhythm and the flow. I go, I think this music would be good for this, and that helps me to find the voice of the character, or just to start getting the flow and the rhythm of where I need to go.
Keep saying flow and rhythm. I guess a lot of people wouldn't necessarily associate that with a film or a play, but there is a rhythm.
There has. Yeah, you can. I mean, you have something that has no pace or just very lagging. It's going to be slow and just dull. Same thing if a band is playing not at their best, and it's going to be the same thing. It'll be like, oh, they're kind of lackluster, and there's not a lot of feel or passion behind it. So to me, it is what fuels me. It's what guides that engine.
And your chosen instrument that you
is drums and percussion.
Drums.
I've been playing for over 20 years there. I've done recording. I've toured. I'm currently now with John Tovar and TMG Management. Yeah, he used to manage the Mavericks, which was one of the greatest bands to come out of Miami, and Marilyn Manson and Nuclear Valdez, and he's still in action there, and he's got a lot of bands on his roster. So I've been kind of the in-house drummer working with him.
Well, that's good. You must have a lot of faith in you then, huh?
Yeah, well, John remembers me when I used to play with the Livid Kittens, and the Livid Kittens used to do a lot of shows with Marilyn Manson.
What's the name of that band again?
The Livid Kittens.
I love that name, by the way.
we-
Yes.
there you
The
go.
Livid. They are livid, those
They
kittens.
were livid. Yes, it was Paige and David and Francis, and great group. The last show we did was opening up for the New York Dolls at the Culture Room in 2008, and that was our very last show
New York
together.
Dolls.
So, yeah, if Paige had stayed and I moved to New York, we'd still be rocking South Florida and doing what we do.
So you're working with John, and does he got any more projects for you?
Yeah, he's got a couple of bands there that he tries to get me into, or bands that need a drummer to do a showcase or some recording there. I'm currently working with someone that he's got interest in. It's a goth.
It's in development.
It's in development, yeah. We'll see where it goes. The young lady is trying to put together the right musicians. It's more like a goth hard rock group there. So I'm looking forward to doing that.
Awesome.
You know, so yeah, I was
I'm gonna have
working
to
with
get
other
John up on a radio show.
Yeah,
sometime.
I
What
told
do
him
you
about
think?
it. So I'll try to get him on here, and because he's got you can do an hour show with that man, because he's got so much history from the scene here, and when he lived in LA and the shows that he's seen and everything. So he's quite an
I bet
interesting
he's
fella.
got some war stories.
And he's got a great radio voice.
Great,
When you hear him
great.
say, oh yeah.
Great. Well, we'll bring him up too. That'll be fun. So, now you say that you listen to a whole bunch of different styles of music, and you approach your art. And I know that you've played in a wide variety of types of bands, and I know your musical interests vary. So how would you describe your style if somebody asked you that?
It's hard. I mean, it's in the moment of how I'm feeling at that. It's almost like a schizophrenic, because I really don't know, and I'll just put whatever. I don't have a set plan. Now, like I said, music kind of guides the flow of where I'm going to go, dictates the color somewhat. But inspiration for me comes from every facet of life, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And it's like nature is something that's very important to me. I use a lot of the colors from the sky. If you look at my phone, I have photos from the sunrise, and I use that to incorporate. There's a painting that I will be debuting at the cinema there called Life's a Long Song, and it's very much from a morning sky that I saw and use. But to go back to music, when there was only 2 paintings that I've done. One will debut at the cinema called Alone, and I specifically, for the 4 months that I was painting the 2 paintings, I listened strictly for those 4 months Lou Reed. And that captured, because I was looking for a certain emotion, and these 2 paintings capture what I was trying to say, but I was listening to Lou Reed for those 4 months straight. There was nothing but Lou Reed. I could have listened to Leonard Cohen, because that would have been also, probably would have gave me the same results. But this, it was, that was the only time that I strictly was just one music that I was listening to.
Did you seek out that and say, I'm going to listen to this while I do that?
No, I did not. I knew when I went into it, I want to express a human emotion in these paintings. And the other painting, which, as a matter of fact, Shar purchased, was Solitary Heart.
That was a good one. You had that one at the
cinema there, and for your Gothic event.
All right.
Shar also just texted me, and she said that if you could scoot just a bit to your right, so you can see your beautiful Punham.
Thank you, Shar.
There we go.
We switched, by the way, so that we could see him better. Could you send us a text and let us know if you could see?
But so I mean that what I want to do with that. But in the long run, it's pretty much whatever it's music, and just whatever it is, it's going to be.
I got it. So who inspires you besides me? Of course, I know I inspire you, but who's your big inspiration? Music, art. I mean.
It's again, it's every facet of life, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I mean, it could be a piece of literature. It could be a small scene in a film, and not even the main scene. It could be something in the background that catches my eye, that sparks something. I'm like, let me go down this road and see. That, I may have an idea of what I want to do in a painting, and sometimes it may not come that way. Like Miles Davis said, mistakes are undeveloped ideas. And to me, that is fantastic, because that just opens up everything. It's a mistake, but I didn't think that, but let me see where it takes you. And that also applies with music and with acting, because it's somewhere your mind or you didn't think about, and let's see where it takes you. could be a dead wall, but you don't know unless you go.
It's good that if you can recognize that,
Yeah.
that's an important thing. Instead of just looking at it as a mistake, but saying like, hey, this is something that unintentionally or whatever, a road that I started going down,
Yeah.
so I might as well
go
do
and
that,
see where
right?
it takes you, because that's the great thing about that.
Yeah.
But that's usually the case with that.
Yeah. All right. You don't have any inspirational individuals in your life that have
No. It's music. It's books. It's something that I may be having a conversation with someone and it may spark something. It's there's not one thing that inspires how I'm going about. Now, if I'm doing like a play, I may, because that's more personal. You're dealing more with human beings and characters. So I try to maybe connect with somebody that I've known in the past or somebody I've met and bring that to the character.
Mm-hmm.
So in a way, it depends on what the situation is. So.
Well, I was wondering if you had, as far as like your acting goes,
Mm-hmm.
do you approach film the same way as theater when you're developing? I know it's two different things.
Yeah, it is two different mediums. No, I do not. I mean, film for me is very impersonal. You're disattached. You can do the scenes over and over again in different fashions, which in theater you don't get to do because it's live, it's there, it's real. And to me, that's the beauty of it. It's much more personal because you have the audience there with you and the other actors, and you're interacting with them. And little accidents in the evening could, spark something. Again, it's a
live thing,
exactly,
right,
and you got to go with it.
Huh.
And that's the beauty for me. I mean, the theater, I've embraced it, and I'm hoping to be back on the stage sometime next year. There's 3 plays that I'm being considered for, but fingers crossed. So I'm hoping. Because I miss being back on the theater stage. There's something about it that.
Which opportunity? I mean, is it like through an opportunity or a
Oh,
company?
it's one of the big theater companies here, one of the
Awesome.
major companies here. I don't want to jinx it or anything,
Oh,
but
okay.
if they're listening, I'm sure they know who they are.
Good.
So
I hope that
fingers
works.
crossed on that. I do hope so, because they
Right.
do some amazing work at that theater.
Yeah. That's down in Miami, right?
Yes, that's down in Miami,
Awesome. So
in Coral Gables.
Okay. But more recently, though, I think you're going to be on stage pretty soon at the Cinema Paradiso, right?
I knew you'd lead into that. Yes, I will be one of your productions, your first as a playwright. The Theater of Vampires, The Trial of Lestat, and I will be playing Count Dracula. And yes, we started had a read through early this week, and it felt good. We got an interesting cast.
Yeah, interesting.
People. Yeah,
Yes.
diverse, and it'll be interesting to see how it goes. It's a big endeavor. It's my first script that I've read in a while, and it's really good. It's well written, So there was a challenge in learning the dialogue, being that I'm the main
Yes.
character on there. But it's like it's well written. I'm enjoying going through the process and getting back into the process of breaking down a character and finding the voice, and
That should be fun. I mean, of course, it's going to be another transmedia production where we use the screen a lot.
And I've been listening to Rammstein when I'm working on your script.
Really?
there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
wow,
Yeah,
really?
great band. So yeah.
Oh, that's great. Okay.
So I'm looking forward to that. That's October 25th.
October
At the
25th.
Cinema Paradiso in Fort
Yep.
Lauderdale.
Theater of Vampires.
Vampires, yes.
The Trial of Lestat.
And that's you and Rico from
Yeah.
the Black Bats. Hello, Rico, if you're listening.
Right. Looking
And
forward to that.
and his wife Julie.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So that's going to be fun to see how that goes.
Yeah. So your thing's coming up Saturday night down at Cinema Paradiso in Hollywood.
That is correct.
The Art Walk, and he has a solo exhibition there.
Yes, at the cinema there.
Right,
I'll be
12
debuting
pieces.
a lot of new pieces. They're making their first appearance there.
Great. So you got a lot of things going on here, my friend.
Yeah, I'm getting back into the flow of it. I was out for about a year or so, because I had an illness in the family, and so I had to stop everything.
You had to step up to the plate there, huh?
Yeah, but after that, everything kind of, John was calling me, Tovar, and, finding me projects, and then and then there was other things that were going on. So slowly getting back into it, and it came at the right time. And I also went back to school.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and I got my license as a nail technician.
Really? Oh, wow.
And I'm also going to be teaching some of the classes there at the South Beach campus, or assistant to the teacher.
Wow, that
starting
sounds like
next week. Yeah,
interesting job.
Yeah, it honestly, it's very creative, because working on nails and doing the art on nails, and strangely enough, the last painting that I just did for The Who, as a matter of fact, the technique that I used.
The Who?
Yeah, The Who.
The actual Who?
The actual Who. I will be presenting the painting for their 50th anniversary in April, when they will be in town at the BBT Center.
Get the beep out of here.
Yeah. So
is that right?
Yeah, that is very.
So you're
very
gonna get to meet Pete Townsend?
Well, Pete Townsend already has one of my paintings that I've sent to him, and I've been in contact with his personal assistant, Nicola, and she's been really kind to keep me informed. And I did mention to her that I will be. I've completed the painting, and she, once we get closer to April, we're gonna work out a schedule when to go and present it, either before the show or during sound check or after.
Like publicly?
Yeah, and no, it's going to be
okay, just
privately.
him there,
Yeah,
right, okay,
to the band, or to Roger and Pete there, or because they're going to be here for about a week or two before the show starts, because they like Miami, and they usually stay up in Palm Beach when they're here. So
that's great.
Yeah, but the technique that I learned on applying nail polish, getting close to the cuticle and whatever, I used it towards this painting. It was I learned a lot working on that painting, because it was a big piece. It's a 30 by 24, and it's the British flag, and then the target, and then the band name, and then the years of inception till present. And it was just painting near to the lines and the flag, and it was just very it was fun, a discipline that I don't normally use when I paint. So it's been great, because I'm working on another painting now that's much more freeing, and I like that, because
I have a feeling that you're a man that pays attention to detail. Do you like the?
Yes, it is important. I mean, it's important in developing a character. Detail when you're playing a song, the certain accents, what to use, what not to use. In dress is nice, So yeah, I do pay attention to detail. It's important.
Yes, I think it is. I think it really separates a lot of performers and actors and musicians, and really business people, or anybody that really pays attention to the details.
It's important, and it's a discipline. It is a discipline that it comes with time doing it, and working with other people and whatever. It can be a free for all, but you have to have some sort of foundation to start, and then from there, then you can improvise, you could do as you wish, and whatever. But the discipline needs to be there. And I've learned that, So.
Yeah, it didn't just come naturally?
No, when you're young, you're like, footloose and fancy free. So, but as you get older, you start realizing, sometimes you use less. Sometimes less is more, which is
that's important when it comes to music.
Yeah. For a lot of things, for acting, for doing a scene, for painting, what you leave out is sometimes the beauty of it. And some people, starting out, let's put in all, the whole kitchen sink, but. You realize, it could do without.
I imagine that's true. I got to tell you, as a musician and, filmmaker, I can see what you're talking about. Less is more with music and say dialogue. But as far as like painting goes, I'll just have to take your word for it, because I can't really understand. Maybe I could say, okay, there's way too much going on in there.
Well, it depends on what you're trying to say. I mean, there's some paintings, like I'm going to have exhibits, it has a lot of color. I've used every color in the rainbow because I was going for a certain graffiti kind of Jean-Michel Basquiat kind of approach of painting. But, there's other paintings that I have that I use minimal of colors, gray and black. And just blended it in and tried to capture a certain mood, and it worked, and I used those three colors, and and that was as minimal, you probably get more minimal, but
do you see a painting in your mind before you do it?
Sometimes, but unfortunately, what's in my mind doesn't always make it on the canvas. So,
Well, yeah, imagine that's the way it works.
yeah, so it's best if I don't use my mind. For me, thought is the enemy of flow, so I don't.
Okay. Can I write that one down
Go
and
right
keep
ahead.
that? Sounds like a good
Right
one.
ahead,
Yeah.
thought is the enemy. That's also Miles Davis, as a matter of fact. So
Yeah.
yeah. So, but there's also another good quote that I use, and I was talking with an artist about it, and it was by Dali. He goes, "Don't fear perfection; you'll never reach it." And that
sense.
is great because it just opens up to anything. If you focus so much on wanting it perfect, first, what's perfect for you is not perfect for me.
It's so subjective.
It's you'll never reach perfection. So you
Yeah.
let that go and just let life or whatever influences and just flow with it. It's the best way. And for me, as I get older, I just go with the flow. You just become water, and you take you just
It
flow with
makes life a lot easier when
It
you're
does.
not trying to push upstream or anything like that, right?
Mhm. You save a lot of legwork. Trust me, a lot of energy is saved.
Yes, yeah, it certainly is. Well, I'm very happy that you were able to come on my show and that
I'm
you and
very
I
proud
are
and very honored.
friends. And,
Yeah.
I've seen you play drums
Yes,
a
I'm
bunch
in
of
Hedwig
times.
in Hedwig in the Angry Inch.
And I'm a bass player, and I know drummers, and I think you're a really good drummer. You got a snap about you.
Thank you.
Snap is very important.
Yeah. Well, as a drummer, I do have influences, and those are very much the British drummers. I'm very big fan of Keith Moon and Cozy Powell, the late Cozy Powell and late Keith Moon, and Martin Chambers from the Pretenders. The man has such a powerful dynamic when he plays. It's beautiful to watch. I mean, he rocks, but he's so tasteful to the song. He plays for the song, and that's wonderful.
Well, that's
he's
important.
also as an artist and a sculptor. There's a
Oh, is
lot
that
of
right?
drummers, as a matter of fact, that are artists. My friend, who's the drummer for Leonard Skinner, Michael Cordelone, he's also a painter and quite an amazing painter. He's got a documentary on YouTube, The Four Davids. Go and check it out because it's really impressive. It's quite an impressive thing. It's inspiring. It inspired me when I was going through everything I was going through. When I watched it, kind of wanted me to go right back into painting and just start.
Well, I'm glad you're back.
Yes, so
I know
am
you
I.
had a little time there. We had to take care of family business, and now you're back. And
with a vengeance.
Yep, with a vengeance. And I'm looking forward to you coming on and us working together on the Cinema Paradiso.
Looking forward
thing
to that. It's going to be
Theater of Vampires.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes,
It's gonna
and
be a lot of
watching you play with your new developing bands through John Tovar. That's going to be interesting. And once again, come see Dominick's work over at Cinema Paradiso. We have the artwork here on Saturday.
The address is 2008 Hollywood Boulevard from 7 to 10.
Yep, it's a Hollywood art walk.
Yes.
So
Yes, there'll
make
be
sure
other
you
stuff
go.
on Harrison Street and whatever. So it's not just me. So it's great that there'll be other artists, and I'm going to plan on visiting the other galleries too because I want to see what's out there. I love seeing what other artists are doing.
So we'll stop down and come around and walk around.
Sure, yeah.
Dominick Daniel, thank you very much
Rick,
for being
thank
on
you
my
so
show.
much. It was a pleasure, and to everyone, you got a great crew here.
right.
You guys are tight.
Okay, tell you what, we're going to take a little bit of a break here, and we're bringing TJ Brown. He's sitting right here. Hey, TJ, how's it going, man? All right, but first I'm going to play a little video here because we got a theme. We're playing our friend Forge's music, and we're going to play a video of Optimist Prime right here on SoFloRadio.com. We'll be right back.
People look down with their mouths on the ground. They just talk words, the conversation's poorly rounded. Short on poise, not on noise. Others cast doubts like they can't afford them. They make a living just to do it, anything to cure the boredom. The irony's not lost on me, that's why I cannot love a cynical girl. She'll only bring me down. I'll always go for the critical girl. Get the cynical girls away from me. Mona Lisa didn't smile. Whatever happened to that? Happiness first, the rest can be society's way. And I'll be right here laughing. Bright lights and billboards, it's what they're talking about. It doesn't matter, truth or not, do anything to get the word out. Brains will cook, eyes will look nice livestock while you go to the fire. You wouldn't want to make it hard to manufacture the desire. Eyes on you. That's why I cannot love a cynical girl. She'll only bring me down. I'll always go for the critical girl. Get the cynical girls away from me. Mother Mary didn't get pardon. Whatever happened to that? Happiness first, the rest can be society's way. And I'll be right here. You say you're a bitter one. Well, you say many things. Go ahead and bicker till the morning. See what that brings. But eyes while you blather on and keep the boys in tow. Flawless beauty better than what hides behind it. Words disguised as more than you would know. You can look down all that you want to. The more the merry, every eye stay put. I want to get to know you. Love just might first take sight. I cannot love a cynical girl. She'll only bring me down. I'll always go for the critical girl. Get the cynical girls away from me. Voltaire, where did you go? Whatever happened to you? Happiness first, the rest can be society's way. And I'll be right here laughing.
I am the voice of terrestrial radio. Internet radio will not succeed. You will continue listening to sports, right-wing talk, and mayonnaise FM. If you disobey, we will punish you with more right-wing talk, sports, and mayonnaise FM. We are corporate, ergo, we are never wrong. Listen and obey. Listen and obey.
Shut it down, evil foe, for I am SoFloRadio.com, and I'm here to give back what people want to hear. A variety of entertainment, fresh music, comedy, and different points of view.
I own you.
Oh, your fart-radiating suit and tie don't frighten me, old chum. Behold the power of SoFloRadio.com.
My balls are falling off.
You only had one, my evil friend. There. Now you'll have to squat to pee.
SoFloRadio.com. Castrating terrestrial radio. One ball at a time.
Strawberry patch and smoothie. Come
Get your hands off me!
Huh?
I said don't touch me!
I shouldn't have went to that party last night. Now I'm seeing talking fruit.
You're not dreaming, Bub, and you're not putting me in that blender.
But you're just a fruit.
Who you calling a fruit?
You are. You're a delicious passion fruit.
Why, sure, I'm passionate. How would you like to be blended, huh? I got right, you know.
Customers waiting. You gotta go.
Yeah, but wait, you can...
At Power Smoothie in Aventura, we show fruit no mercy. Always fresh, always delicious. To make the best smoothies and wraps on earth, try our new cilantro lime-alicious wrap or our hot chipotle chicken. Power Smoothie in Aventura, located just north of the Aventura Mall in the Promenade Shops. Or call 305-792-5338. Open 7 days a week.
Pizza Loft, if you wanna go Italian and see Jeff Cohen's ponytail. You'll have great Italian food that's made by a Jew who has lovely painted nails.
Hey, Donnie, how long
we been on this deserted island?
A long time, Lonnie. So long I'm starting to fantasize about food.
Yeah, food from the pizza
I
lot.
sure could go for one of their gourmet pizzas right about now.
Or lasagna bubbling with cheese and oozing with tomato sauce.
Stop it. You're making me think of their great manicotti and sensational Italian sandwiches.
Yeah, but there's nothing to eat here unless you want to gnaw on this old lamp that washed up on shore.
Speak to me, guys. What can I do for you?
Hey, look, Donnie, a genie.
I'm no genie. I'm Jeff Cohen from the Pizza Loft.
Wow, Lonnie, all our dreams are coming true.
Okay. How about some great homemade pasta or calzones and lots of that homemade Italian garlic bread?
Pizza Loft does catering, Lonnie. They can cater this whole
Hey,
island.
wait a minute, Donnie. We only get 3 wishes, don't we?
Oh, no. At Pizza Loft, your every wish is my command.
Then how about $1 million? A dozen babes. A way to get us off this stinking island.
Sorry, guys. I only do Italian.
For lunch, for dinner, for office or home catering, step up to flavor. Step up to Pizza Loft.
When you're ready to actually lose weight safely and steadily while being monitored by a physician, the weight loss clinic of Dr. Kim Jacobson is there for you. The family medicine practice was established by her father in 1956 and continues as a medical practice that now specializes in weight reduction. Dr. Kim Jacobson joined the practice 20 years ago as both a family medicine practitioner and weight loss specialist. The weight loss clinic utilizes a combination of appetite suppression medication and vitamins to produce great results, usually 3 to 4 pounds per week for most patients. Now you can change your lifestyle while still enjoying your own food, just less of it. They offer a choice of 2, 3, or 4-week plans. So whether you just need to lose a few pounds or a lot, the Weight Loss Clinic of Dr. Kim Jacobson can help you. They're located at 5454 Northeast 4th Avenue in Miami, just 2 blocks west of 54th Street and Biscayne Boulevard. Call them at 305-751-0091. They'll be happy to answer any and all of your questions. That's 305-751-0091. Get started on a beautiful new body today with Dr. Kim Jacobson and the Weight Loss Clinic.
SoFloRadio.com. We take comedy seriously. SoFloRadio.com.
And we're back. Rick Show on the radio, and we played a little Forge for you here. We're going to see Forge. Let's see. They're playing Saturday night at McLaren's down here on Hollywood Boulevard. One of our featured guests in the past. But right now, I'd like to welcome to the microphone Mr. TJ Brown. How you doing, TJ? Pleased to meet you, sir.
Pleased to meet you.
All right, TJ, your organization is called
Sickle Cell Natural Wellness Group.
All right, and TJ here is part of the segment of the Rick Show on the radio where we speak with original music bands, filmmakers, and world shakers. And that's what TJ is. He's a world shaker. And what that means is that TJ helps out our community through the arts. And that's why I got him here. And you have an event coming up next weekend?
Yes, next Saturday, September 27th, we have the Red Show coming up at Fort Lauderdale's Art Walk.
The Red Show.
Yeah.
Tell us about that. What's that all about?
Okay, so the Red Show is actually an abbreviation, and it stands for Remembering Those That Have Passed from Sickle Cell, Enlightening Paths to Help Others, and D stands for Destined to Spread Truth and Save Lives. So it's kind of like an abbreviation, and the color that represents us most is red because it's a blood disorder.
Right.
So I kind of decided to go with that.
So you came up with all that stuff, or
it was a collective effort?
Yeah. Do you have others that you work in your organization?
Yes. My family worked very closely with me. I have a group called Thought Coalition that worked very close with me.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Charlie Ware is a doctor on my board that works very closely with me. So the collaborative of us help with the creative process of putting together events and things like that.
All right. Before we get to talking about these events coming up here, tell us how you got involved with this one particular illness.
Okay, yeah. So I was born with sickle cell, actually. Before I was born, doctors told my mom there'd be a 50% chance that I'll be born with sickle cell and that I probably wouldn't make it to C14. At the age of 2, I lost my spleen. It was enlarged, almost the size of a basketball. They had to take it out. I actually woke up during surgery, so I remember seeing the doctors over me and stuff. They put me back to sleep. Yeah, I spent a lot of time being very sick, hospitalized, missed average of 90 days out of school, and after I graduated, my health just got worse. At the age of 19, they took my gallbladder out. and the doctors were saying that my liver was going to go bad and they were going to put me on dialysis. And secretly, they were telling my mother that prepare for my death. So at the age of 20, my health was just at its wit's end.
Wow.
So I was sitting there, sick, and I decided it's either I'm going to die very soon or I'm going to continue living. But
you had some kind of, I don't know, epiphany or something?
It was like a defining moment. I was just like, I run my body into the ground, and it's either rock bottom or no way up, no way but up from here. So I decided to kind of start doing research. I started praying, meditating, chanting, seeking spiritual enlightenment, and looking into eating healthier, holistic lifestyle. Yeah. And the first thing I found was berries. Just eating berries like acai berry, goji berry, noni berry, or strawberry, blueberry, raspberry. Just implementing that in my diet, juicing it, making smoothies, making juice out of it. It helped me. I was hospitalized every other week. So September now, 4 years ago, this time I'd already been hospitalized 12 times at least. And I would have been like in the hospital, like hospital stays, not just ER visits.
What are the symptoms? I mean, you just weak?
So your red blood cells, it messes with the red blood cells, so you lack oxygen. So they're circular shaped. And whenever you get sick, they're crescent shaped like a moon.
Right.
So it contracts, your veins contracts, and it stops blood flow. So your blood flows everywhere. So it kind of stops and slows down blood flow to anywhere. You can have severe migraines out of this world, back pain. Little babies at the age of 2 have strokes because of the lack of oxygen and blood flow to the brain. There's I think he's somewhere between 13-year-old right now. He's suffering with heart issues. So it attacks the organs. It messes with the organs. You can have bone deterioration, excruciating pain anywhere in the body. It's just women that have had babies that have sickle cell say that having kids is a walk in the park compared to sickle cell pain. So if you can gauge that, that's like some of the most painful things human knows is a woman giving birth. So for women to say that, because I went around and actually did a study and we asked them, and the majority of them said, they don't even take painkillers when they're.
So TJ, nowadays, I mean, how long has it been since you've changed your diet or whatever the things, and have the things got a lot better for you, or like the average?
I started back in 2011, 2010, really curbing my health. I started the organization August of 2010. So a little bit before that, I started the journey. And I've been vegan for 2.5 years. And it's helped me drastically. I feel like every year going into this healthy lifestyle, my body is just becoming better and better, stronger and stronger. So I do get sick every now and then. I've maybe been hospitalized twice this year, which is amazing compared to before. And usually before I would be on Dilaudid, morphine, fentanyl patches. I was just on a lot of painkillers. And now I take no prescription drugs. So that being said, whenever I get really sick and nothing can be done naturally at home, then I go to the ER, but I don't self-medicate. I don't pop prescriptions all day. So it's a very big change. I actually have energy, to go out and enjoy the day and work and stuff. So
yes, and to start these great organizations that help others.
Right.
It's a national organization?
Yeah, it's a 501c nonprofit. So we're recognized by the federal government as 501c. We do work all over the world. We kind of ship stuff, spread information, share information with clinics and hospitals all over, and try to help them implement programs and education to help their clients and patients with sickle cell.
Do you guys raise money for patients or anything like that?
We raise money. We'll donate gift cards, wellness baskets. I just left Whole Foods and they gave me 2 wellness baskets to give back.
That's a good company. They
Whole Foods is awesome. I don't think if the Whole Foods didn't exist, I probably wouldn't be alive, because even though it's expensive sometimes, I wouldn't have anywhere else to go to find the healthy stuff that I needed for survival at that point.
Wow.
So Whole Foods is great.
Great.
Yeah.
So how long have you had your organization here for?
We started August 2010, so about 4 years we've been here, and we've done a lot of cool things. We've been on TBN. I've been to Atlanta, Indianapolis, and all over South Florida traveling. Visited several schools, churches, homes, hospitals. We give back wellness baskets, like I said. We implement wellness programs. We help people. We pay for people to get seen by healthcare practitioners like acupuncturists, masseuse, things like that. So we just support them with holistic health in whatever way we can.
So do you speak at these organizations? Or?
Yes, we speak at these events, organizations. I visit people's homes. I'll cook for them, teach them how to cook, help them live toxic free, tell them what not to do, what to do. So it's just education. I consider myself like a satellite. I receive the information and I just shoot it back out, to help others.
Does that, I bet you just that process itself is good for your well-being, helping others out as well.
Yeah, it makes me feel good. I don't feel good if I'm not helping people.
Yes. Hey, that's a lesson to be learned, everybody. Help somebody else out if you're feeling depressed.
It's karma, it comes back. You put what you put out, you get back. So if you're, if you don't care about other people, you might end up one day on your deathbed with no one to take care of you.
Yeah, that would
So it's very good to help others out. We're in this together. So it's all about spreading love.
Yeah. Well, I'm very happy that you came on my show and that your friend Kimberly.
Yes, Kimberly K.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's awesome. She will actually be designing, she'll be doing the floral arrangements there and designing the set for the fashion show at the event.
Great. And that's next Saturday at CNI Studios,
yes, at CNI
right?
Studios.
Where is that now? You want to?
Okay, so the address is 541 Northwest 1st Avenue, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and it's C &sign and &sign I Studio, so C and I Studios. And you could just Google it, look it up, The Red Show, CNI Studios, or The Red Show, Sickle Cell. Pretty sure it'll pop up.
Yeah, CNI is a great organization. That whole area, you just walk around there. And
right. It's like a huge block party. I like that South Florida is kind of picking up with the arts, and it's every kind of, Miami has theirs, Hollywood has theirs, and Florida has theirs, so I think it's really awesome.
Right. What's the last one that you've done? Have you done any recently before this?
I think I was in an art show at Tate's Gallery before, and we did a little bit of stuff there. But the last fundraiser art show I had was actually here in Hollywood. It was at Trifecta Studios before they moved to the Ramada.
That's right down the hall here.
Yeah, so before they moved here, they don't have space here to do it. But before we had it, we did February and March, the art walk for there.
So you have some other organizations of people that you work with?
Right, yes. So we work with a lot of different organizations such as Thought Coalition, which is the artist group. They actually created our logo. Green Barn Kitchen gives back a lot to us.
Green Bar, you said?
Green Barn Kitchen.
Oh, Green Barn. Okay, no.
Green Bar and Kitchen. It's a vegan place. It's up by Davie and 17th Street.
Oh.
Yeah. So I try to approach a lot of the companies that are kind of health orientated already, because they're quicker to support my cause, and it's right in track with what we're doing. So Pizza Fusion gives back a lot to us. Have you heard of Pizza Fusion?
Yeah, that's down in Davie as well, isn't it?
Right. Yeah, they have one in by Sunrise. So we have a fundraiser there every third Wednesday of the month, and whatever you purchase, 20% goes to my organization. So they help out a lot. Other organizations such as Chi Yoga Spa, the Massage Envy, Cosmic Reality Shinjite Store, Holistic Heights, Print Dur, Global Village. These are all organizations that do different things, from fashion to the arts to music to food. We all collaborate to kind of create a fundraising event to raise awareness for sickle cell.
You are a man on a mission, my friend.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like to think so.
That's great. It's very nice to meet you. We're looking forward to, hopefully your event is going to be very successful and you continue to raise awareness and funds with your organization.
Right.
The name of your organization again is?
Okay, yeah, it's Sickle Cell Natural Wellness Group, and the event we're having is called The Red Show. We're going to have visual art there, fashion, live DJs, food trucks, poetry. So we'll have a little bit of everything there. And we'll also have some special raffles going on. We have a raffle right now. Donate $20, you get entered into a chance to win an iPad mini. So that's another way we're doing to raise funds. And at the event, actually, we'll have a lot more surprise raffles going on, like giving away gift baskets and gift cards. So we have a lot of cool stuff happening.
Let's say if somebody actually, was listening, but they go, man, I can't make that. How were they able to help your organization out if somebody wanted to help you out?
Right. They could visit scnwg.org and contact us through there. They can also give me a call. Feel free. My number is 561-929-4454. Or they can email us at cantstopme@gmail.com, which basically says SC can't stop me @gmail.com.
SC can't stop me. I can remember that one.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes. Well, thank you very much again, Mr. Brown, TJ Brown, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you for having me on the show. It's an honor.
Yeah, it is an honor. It's an honor for us to have you here on SoFloRadio.com. And I guess that's it for our show today. We'll see you next week. We got some really awesome guests coming up. Mr. Alan Darnay is going to be on. He's a great screenwriter and director. And I'm not really sure. I think we got some more musicians, but we'll see you next week on Rick's Show on the radio on SoFloRadio.com.
Broadcasting from the heart of downtown Hollywood. This is SoFloRadio.com.
I met a man in chains today. He said, I want my life back. I want my freedom. Said they took my life away so many years ago. I met a woman bare today, face down, lying naked in the sand. She said, I want skin so bronze, like no goddess you would know, boy. I said, don't tell me what I want, don't tell me what I want. You don't know, no, you don't know the half of it. Don't tell me what I want, don't tell me what I want, or I will ask it of you. I want a cheap, strong drink. Is that too much to ask of the world? I want a little bit of sleep now. Is that too much to ask of the night? I want a faithful woman, not one of these play around wandering girls. I want a few good things and I'll be satisfied. I used to want all, but now I want nothing. And no rings, no pearls, just things worth something. Big shots, they say big talk will pay as they lie through a mouthful of gold. I see the plastic lives of the people swap their cards like they smack their lips. Pay for the pretty girl swinging her hips. Get me out or get out, cause I am sick of this shit. Alright! Buy more, think none, care less. TV tells me yes. Buy more, think none, care less. TV tells me yes. I said, don't tell me what I want, no, don't tell me what I want. You don't know, no, you don't know the half of it. Don't tell me what I want, no, don't tell me what I want. Or I will ask it, or I will ask you for a cheap, strong drink. Is that too much to ask of the world? I want a little bit of sleep now. Is that too much to ask of the night? And I want a faithful woman, not one of these play around wandering girls. I want a few good things and I'll be satisfied.